Good morning, dear students. Last class we studied about hybridization. What is hybridization? What are the conditions and characteristics of hybridization? And also we have discussed what is sp3 hybridization. So here we are going to discuss some other types of hybridization. It is sp2 hybridization, sp hybridization. Okay, so let us start sp2 hybridization. So sp2 hybridization. So as the name suggests, sp2, that means here one s orbital and two p orbital. One s orbital and two p orbital of an atom, the valence shell of an atom within the same cell get intermixed and give three sp2 hybrid orbitals having equal shape and energy. And this type of hybridization is called sp2 hybridization, and each orbital is called sp2 hybrid orbitals. So look here, s orbital, that is spherical in nature, and p orbitals. One p orbital, that is dumbbell in shape, and another p orbital, that is also dumbbell in shape, but they have different orientations, and this, when this intermixed, they give rise to three equivalent orbitals, same orbitals having same shape and energy. Okay, so in p orbital both the lobes are equal, but when it gets intermixed and give rise to orbital, one lobe is larger, another lobe is smaller. And when we represent the molecules, generally for the convenience method, the smaller lobes are omitted. Okay, so these three orbitals and these three orbitals, they reoriented themselves so that there exists maximum repulsion between them, and in this way they reoriented themselves, making an angle 120 degree with each other. And the shape of this hybridization is a planar triangular shape. It gives a triangular shape. So in this way, this type of hybridization is also called planar hybridization or trigonal hybridization, because this gives a trigonal shape. So in this way, these orientate themselves in this way, one, and here another, and here another. Okay, so these orbitals now reoriented themselves, making angle of 120 degree. So if we draw imaginary line from here and here, and this angle between them is 120 degree. And here each sp2 hybrid orbital has 33.3% of S character and 66.6% of P character. And these are smaller size than that of sp3 hybrid orbitals. But these are more bulkier. As S character is more, these are more bulkier and smaller size, shorter than that of sp3 hybrid orbitals. And boron atom, when it forms BCl3 or BF3, and carbon atom, when it forms ethene and a carbonate ion, generally undergo this type of hybridization. That's it has a planar structure. Okay, so first I think you know what is your sp2 hybridization. Now note down what are the points of sp2 hybridization. So note down these points. sp2 hybridization. So when one s orbital and two p orbital of an atom intermixed and reoriented it to form three new equivalent orbitals, then the phenomenon is called sp2 hybridization. And each orbital is called sp2 hybrid orbitals. So here this is s orbital, this is px, this is py, and this is sp2 hybrid orbitals. All these are sp2 hybrid orbitals, and this is the orientation of sp2 hybrid orbitals. Orientations of sp2 hybrid orbitals. So each sp2 hybrid orbital has 33% s character and 66% p character. So this is less elongated than that of sp3 and more bulkier than that of sp3. And the three sp2 hybrid orbitals are reoriented themselves. So this reoriented themselves to make an angle of 120 degree with each other. And this way, this type of hybridization is also called trigonal planar. So all these remain in a plane. So as they remain in a plane, so that all these hybrid orbitals remain as such, like in a plane. So in this way, this type of hybridization is called planar hybridization. And when we join the points apexes of all, it gives a triangular shape. That shape, this is also called trigonal hybridization. So note down these points. Next, come to some examples. So examples: boron atom in boron atom in BCl3 BF3 undergo this type of hybridization. Carbon atom in C2H4 carbonate undergo this type of hybridization. Look at one example: formation of BCl3. Okay, so boron has electronic configuration of boron. Electronic configuration of boron: 1s2, 2s2, and 2p1. So at ground state, so when we represent 1s and 2s, so for this 2s, 2p valence cell, I am just writing the box diagram. This is 1s2, this is 2s and 2p. Okay, so this is 2s, 2p. So in 2s, 2 electron, in 2p, 1 electron. And what happens at excited state? At excited state, the configuration of the inner shell remain as such, and in valence shell, 1 electron from this 2s is promoted to this 2p. Is excited to this 2p. This is always not necessary, but if there is possibility of promotion, then promotion of electron takes place. So 1 electron here, and now there are 3 unpaired electrons. As there are 3 unpaired electrons, these 3 undergo hybridization. It is sp2 hybridization. It undergoes sp2 hybridization. So each sp2 hybridization orbital contains 1 unpaired electron, and chlorine has electronic configuration of chlorine: 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3px2, 3py2, 3pz1. Okay, so in boron, each sp2 hybrid orbital contain one unpaired electron, contain single electron, one single electron, or we can say each sp2 hybrid orbital contain single electron or unpaired electron, each which overlap with 3pz orbital of chlorine atom to form sp2p sigma bond. Remember, hybrid orbitals always form sigma bond. So here it contains one unpaired electrons. Each sp2 hybrid orbital contains one unpaired electron. As the unpaired electron they overlap to form bonds. In this way, it forms 3pz orbital to form sp2p sigma bond. So 3sp2p sigma bond. Okay. So in this way, so you know in sp2 hybridization as a result they have trigonal shape. So in boron atom has also in this way it has a trigonal shape. So this is each orbital contain single electron. Now chlorine, so it has this one is filled, this one filled, and it contains single electron, one electron. So it's one electron. So this is a p orbital. So this p orbital now overlap here, and this p orbital overlap here. Another pz orbital and another pz orbital also overlap here. Okay, so this is chlorine, and chlorine, and this is the atom B. In this way, boron remains. So now, if they have also single electron, as this chlorine has single electron in 3pz, and this sp2 hybrid have also single electron. In this way, all electrons now due to overlapping, all orbitals are now paired, and it forms BCl, Cl, Cl. And the bond angle between Cl and BCl is 120 degrees. Okay. So this is your sp2 hybridization. Next come to another example that how carbon atom form sp2 hybridization. So first note down this. Formation of C2H4, that means, so this is called ethene, also known as ethylene. Okay, this is in nitrogen, this is known as ethene, also known as ethylene. In ethylene, the carbon atom is sp2 hybridized. Okay, so first electronic configuration of carbon 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2. Next, in ground state, the configuration in ground state, the configuration is like this: 1s2 and 2s and 2p. So 2 electron here and 2 electron in 2p. And in excited state, at excited state the inner shell remain as such. Okay, and this one electron from this s orbital comes here. So one electron from this s orbital is promoted or excited to 2p orbitals. In this way excited. But here the orbitals do not participate in hybridization. So here what happens? This 1s2, 2s, among the 2s and 2p, one orbital remain unhybridized and the other orbitals undergo hybridization. Now these three undergo hybridization. So sp2 and one p orbital which electrons are excited to this p orbital that remain unhybridized. It will remain unhybridized. So it forms sp2 hybridization. Okay. So now each carbon atom is sp2 hybridized. There are three sp2 hybrid orbitals in each carbon atom, and one p orbital remain and one p orbital remain unhybridized. It remain unhybridized. So one p orbital remain unhybridized and each sp2 orbital contain single electron and the unhybridized p orbitals also contain single electron. Okay, so each sp2 hybrid orbital contain single electron and unhybridized p orbital also contain single electron. Unhybridized p orbital also contain single electron. So now what happens? So look here. So it's an sp2 hybridization. So one carbon, the sp2 hybrid orbital of one carbon atom overlap with sp2 hybrid orbital of another carbon atom. Look here, the sp2 hybrid orbital of one carbon atom overlap with sp2 hybrid orbital of another carbon atom to form sp2 sigma bond, and the sp2 hybrid orbital of one carbon atom overlap with the oneness orbital of hydrogen atom to form sp2s sigma bond. And look here, so this is the sp2 hybrid orbital, this is the sp2 hybrid orbitals. So this sp2 now they overlap to form this sp2 sigma bond, and they have pair electron. Now each carbon has two sp2 hybrid orbitals. So these two sp2 hybrid orbitals again overlap with the oneness orbital of hydrogen atom to form sp2 sigma bond, and here also it forms sp2 sigma bond. Okay, so in this way bond is formed. Now this is the unhybridized p orbitals. So this unhybridized p orbital, which is represented in dotted lines, generally they overlap sidewise above and below the plane. This is the internuclear axis. So perpendicular to the internuclear axis, they overlap here and here to form a pi bond. In this way, overlapping takes place here and overlapping takes place here, upper lobe and lower lobe. In this way, C, bond C, H, H and H is there, and there is one pi bond. Okay, so in the formation, this is the structure of ethane. This is the structure of ethane. This is the structure of ethane. So what I have given the dotted line. The dotted line is the unhybridized p orbitals. So they also contain one electron each. In this way, they form pi bond. Okay. So look here again. So each carbon atom sp2 hybridides. There are 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals in each carbon atom, and one p orbital remain unhybridized. This remain unhybridized. Each sp2 hybrid orbital contains single electron, and unhybridized p orbital also contain the single electron. Now, the sp2 hybrid orbital of one carbon atom overlap with sp2 hybrid orbital of another carbon atom to form sp2 sigma bond. To form sp2 sigma bond. And now remaining 2 sp2 hybrid orbital of each carbon atom overlap with oneness orbital, because that is also happened. Oneness orbital of hydrogen atom to form 4 sp2 sigma bond. This is the sigma bond, this is the sigma bond, this is the sigma bond, this is the sigma bond. If any single bond is formed, that is the sigma bond. And the unhybridized p orbital, which are represented in dotted line, of each carbon atom overlap sidewise above the plane and below the plane to form a pi bond. So this is the structure of ethane. So this is one pi bond. Okay. So here the bond angle is 120 degree. So these are two examples of sp2 hybridization. So note down this. Next come to sp hybridization. Okay, so sp hybridization. So when the name suggests sp, so here one s orbital and one p orbital of an atom get intermixed and give two sp hybrid orbitals which have equal shape and energy, and to remain far apart from each other, these hybrid orbitals remain just opposite to each other, making 120 degree angle with each other. Suppose there are two hybrid orbitals and they remain like this and making 180 degree angle with each other. Okay, so this type of, as it gives a linear shape, this is also called linear hybridization, diagonal hybridization. And as S is 1 and P is 1, here the S character is 50% and P character is 50%. So this is less elongated than that of sp3 and sp2, but more bulkier than sp2 and sp3 hybrid orbitals. Okay, so the carbon atom in acetylene, in carbon dioxide, and beryllium atom in the formation of beryllium dichloride or beryllium chloride undergo this type of hybridization. Okay, so for one s orbital and one p orbital, it intermixes and gives for two equivalent sp hybrid orbitals, and they arrange themselves to remain in this way. They remain like this. So this is the orientation of sp hybrid orbitals. These are the two equivalent sp hybrid orbitals and bond angle 120 degree. Okay, so this is S and P intermixed to give sp hybrid orbitals. Now note down the points. Note down these points. One s orbital and one p orbital intermix to give two sp hybrid orbitals of equal shape and energy, and each sp habit orbital has 50% s character and 50% p character. Okay, so these two sp habit orbitals are linearly oriented and making an angle of 180 degree with each other. This bond angle is here 180 degree. These are linearly oriented. So this type of hybridization is also called linear hybridization or diagonal hybridization. So note down these points, and here we are going to discuss some examples. So beryllium atom in BeCl2, carbon atom in C2H2CO2 undergo this type of hybridization. This type of hybridization. Let us take the example of formation of beryllium chloride, formation of BeCl2. So you know the electronic configuration of chlorine, that is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3ph2, 3py2 and 3pz1. Okay, then electronic configuration of beryllium, that is 1s2 and 2s2. So in the second cell there is p orbital, but this p orbital is vacant. So at ground state the configuration is 1s2 and 2s, 2 electrons are paired and 2p remain vacant. And what happens at excited state? At excited state, one electron from this 2s orbital is excited and promoted to this 2p orbital. As between them the energy gap is less, so one electron excited. So they have small energy difference. Now this s orbital and p orbital they intermix to form sp hybrid orbitals. So these two mix to form sp hybridization and contain one electron each. It undergo sp hybridization and which contain one electron each. Now each sp2 each sp hybrid orbital contain each sp hybrid orbital contain one electron. Each sp hybrid orbital contain one electron each, which overlap with 3pz orbital of chlorine to form BeCl2. Okay, so in this way so you know the sp hybridization, no need to write again the s orbital, again the p orbital and the intermix. So already we have discussed the sp orbitals as in this way it has the linear structure, and these are the 3 sp hybrid orbitals which contain one electron each. This was the larger log, smaller log of 1, and this is the larger log and smaller log of 1. In this way they remain like this. And this is the chlorine, so 3pz. So chlorine has p orbital. The p orbital is elongated and not bulkier than that of sp. So the sp orbitals are bulkier in this way. So this is beryllium atom, this is chlorine and chlorine. So here beryllium and chlorine, and the bond is, this is the sigma bond, the bond is spp sigma bond. This is spp sigma bond. And what is the bond angle? Bond angle between them is 180 degree. Okay, I think you clear. I think you are clear. Are you clear? Okay. So next come to another example. So next come to formation of formation of ethylene or acetylene. So ethylene is ethene and acetylene is ethyl, C2H6. Here each carbon atom is sp hybridized, and sp hybridized of one carbon atom overlap with sp hybridized of another carbon atom to form sp sigma bond. And the sp hybridized orbital of other each carbon atom overlap with oneness orbital of hydrogen atom to form sp-s sigma bond. Okay, so carbon electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2 in ground state. In ground state, this is your 1s2, 2s2 and this is 2p. So this is 2s and 2p. So 2 electron here and here. So in excited state, 1 electron is promoted from this 2s to 2p orbital like this. But here all do not undergo hybridization. So S and among the P. So this is 2s, 2p. So this undergo 1, 1, 1, 1, but only this undergo hybridization. This is sp hybridization. And 2 remaining unhybridized. So there are 2 sp hybrid orbitals, and 2 unhybridized p orbitals in each carbon atom. Okay, so sp2 hybrid orbital of one carbon atom overlap with sp2. This is the sp2 hybrid orbital and this is the sp2 hybrid orbital of another carbon atom. For sake of simplicity, the smaller lobes are generally not indicated in the diagram. This is the sp2, this is the sp and sp hybrid orbital of 2 carbon atom overlap. And there are also 2 unhybridized p orbitals are there. There is one unhybridized p orbital in the dotted line. Just I have given the unhybridized p orbital of one carbon atom here. So in each case, there are 2 unhybridized p orbital. Here also there are 2 unhybridized p orbital. Look here, in each carbon atom there are 2 unhybridized p orbital, and this is sp hybrid orbital, sp hybrid orbital, sp hybrid orbital, sp hybrid orbital. So the sp hybrid orbital of one carbon atom overlap with sp hybrid orbital of another carbon atom to form sp sigma bond, and the sp hybrid of one carbon atom overlap with oneness orbital of hydrogen atom to form sp-s sigma bond. And on hybridized p orbitals. So this is suppose in px, this is px suppose in internuclear axis, and py, pz remain perpendicular to it. So these two PX with PX, PY with PY, and PZ with PZ overlap. So in this way, two electron clouds are there. C, single bond C, H, H, and there is one electron cloud above below, and another electron cloud also above below. In this way, there is formation of 2 pi. Okay, so this is the structure of acetylene. So 1, 2, 3, 3 sigma bond and 2 pi bonds. Okay. Okay, note down the points. Formation of acetylene 1:2, 2:2, 2:2. This is the ground state. This is the excited state configuration. There are 2 sp heavy orbitals and 2 unhybridized p orbitals in each carbon atom containing single electron. The sp heavy orbital of one carbon atom overlap with sp heavy orbital of another carbon atom to form sp sigma bond. In this way, form this bond. The remaining sp heavy orbital of each carbon atom overlap with oneness orbital of hydrogen atom to form sps sigma bond. The unhybridized p orbital of each carbon atom overlap sidewise to form 2 pi bonds. Okay, so note down these points, then we'll discuss another example. Look here, another example, formation of carbon dioxide molecule. So carbon has electronic configuration 1:2:2, 2pt, 2p2 in the ground state. This is the configuration. In excited state, similar 1:2:2p. So it undergoes sp hybridization. So in the sp hybridization, 2 sp hybrid orbitals contain 2 sp hybrid orbitals and 2 unhybridized p orbitals. Each contain 1 electron, that is the single electron. And oxygen electronic configuration 1:2:2, 2px2, 2py1 and 2pz1. It has 2 unpaired electron in 2 orbitals. So the 2pz orbitals of each oxygen atom overlap with sp hybrid orbital of carbon atom on both sides to form spp sigma bond. So this is the carbon atom, it undergoes sp hybridization. This is the oxygen atom, and this is the oxygen atom. So the 2pz of oxygen overlap with the sp hybrid orbital of carbon atom to form spo sigma bond, and here also it forms spo sigma bond. Okay, so now it has also, after this pz is completed, now this p orbital has also a single electron. This py has a oxygen, the py has a single electron, and this oxygen, this py has also a single electron. And now there are 2 unhybridized p orbitals in each carbon atom that has also the single electron. So it has a single electron and it has a single electron. In this way, these p orbitals overlap sidewise with one oxygen atom, and another unhybridized p orbital overlap sidewise, another unhybridized p orbital overlap sidewise with another oxygen atom to form a pi bond. So in this way, one sigma bond is formed between them, and another pi bond and another pi bond formed in both sides. So here the bond angle between this is equal to 180 degree. This is the structure of carbon dioxide. So note down this. So today here we have discussed what is sp and sp2 hybridization with some examples, and later we will discuss some other types of hybridizations.